You may be asked another scenario-based question. Consider a scenario where the date table contains dates from January 1st, 2020 to December 31st, 2022. The sales table contains data from January 1st, 2020 to November 30th, 2022. The sales table is connected to the date table based on the date column. The date table is designated as the primary date table or marked as a date table. The sales table features the following measure that equals sum of net sales. Additionally, the following measures have been created. The sales LMTD equals calculate net dates MTD date at date of date minus 1 month bracket closed. We have also created a previous month measure which calculates the previous month's net sales using the previous month function. Sales previous month equals calculate net previous month date of date. We can ask the following questions. Question 1. Will both measures display the same value? Question 2. If I choose the month of October 2022 in the slicer using the same date table, will both measures, sales LMTD and previous month, display the same value? Question 3. If I select a date range from September 1st, 2022 to October 31st, 2022, will both measures display the same value? The answer to the first question is no. The measures will not display the same value. They are only the same when you select the entire month. They differ when you choose a specific date within a month. The MTD measure displays data for the month up to the selected date, while the sales previous month measure always provides the total for the complete previous month. For the second question, the answer is yes. When you select a complete month, both measures will display the same value on the card visual. The answer to the third question is no. If you choose a date range, there is differentiation. The sales previous month measure calculates based on the first date in the range, whereas the MTD measure considers the last date. Consequently, when the date range is from September 1st, 2022 to October 31st, 2022, the MTD minus 1 month from the last date from the selected date range will give you data for September 2022, while sales previous month will calculate previous month based on the first date of the selected range and it will give you data for August 2022. I will now switch to Power BI desktop and try to present examples of these questions. But I'll change the date, month or date ranges based on the availability of data in my sales table. I'll first check if I already have the MTD measure. I already have the sales MTD measure, which is good. I will put it into a table visual. The next thing I would like to do is to see if I have LMTD. Yes, I also have LMTD, which is great. I am now going to look at whether I have the previous month measure or not. Yes, I also have the previous month measure. Now, let me show you the difference. Let's start by adding the date to the table visual. This will bring the date field to the row context. Now that I have the date in this visual, take a look at these values. Let us observe this data. First of all, I don't have any previous month's value for the first month because there's no previous value. Looking at LMTD, you'll notice that it only starts on the 13th of the following month, which is November 13th. It is because there is no value before the 13th of the last month, which is October. However, the previous month measure starts from the very first day of November, showing the total value for the entire previous month, meaning the value for the entire month of October. You can see it is the same as MTD of the last date of last month. Since MTD on the last day gives the monthly total, that's what it shows. So that's the difference. They will not give the same value other than month and dates. Now we have also asked, when I select October, will they give the same value? For this, I need a slicer on my page. I also need card visuals. Let me add 2 card visuals on the page. I can add month year to the slicer from my date table. The same date table has been used in measures and visuals. On the first card visual, I'll bring in my LMTD measure. It is blank as of now. In the second visual, I will include my previous month measure. It is blank as of now. Now, from the date table, I'll add the month year column to the slicer. Let me select October 2019 in the slicer. Both card visuals show the same value and the value is of September 2019. Before I show you the date range use case, I would like to have more visuals on the page. This will help you understand the values better. I am adding another table visual on the page. I'll add the month year from the date table in the visual. I will also add LMTD, MTD and previous month measures to the new table visual. Now I'll disable the interactions. For this, I will go to the Format tab, use the Edit Interaction option. Let us disable interaction between the month year slicer and the new table visual. This will show us the entire trend and we can compare values to understand the results. I would like to scroll down until the month of October 2019. In addition, I would like to add a measure and resize this visual a little bit so that it looks better. If I select October 2019, both measures show the same value, which is what we expect. However, when I select 2 months or a range, for example, from the 1st of September to the 31st of October, you'll notice the difference. The previous month measure shows 204.62, which corresponds to the month of August 2019. On the other hand, LMTD shows 245.42, which corresponds to September 2019. The sales previous month measure calculates based on the first date in the range, whereas the MTD measure considers the last date. Consequently, when the date range is from September 1st, 2022 to October 31st, 2022, the MTD minus 1 month is calculated from the last date from the selected date range and will give you data for September 2022, while sales previous month will calculate the previous month based on the first date of the selected range and it will give you data for August 2022. So it's important to remember which function uses which date and how they behave when you select a range or a particular month. This understanding is crucial when working with time intelligence functions. Remember these nuances